I'm pretty sure I'm live. I'm checking to make sure, you guys. Can you guys see me? I don't know. My phone's not telling me. Okay, never mind. We got it. All right, we are all good. How is it going, you guys? Good afternoon. I hope you guys had a good day today. I didn't. I had a migraine all day today. Did not work. I was in that gig worth thing and I totally could not work at all today. I went out for like 30 minutes, made like $8 and went home because just my head was just pounding. But yeah, how is it going? What's up, Maverick? Yeah, sorry, Maverick. I'm sorry, Maverick. Outlaw Nation, what's going on? We got Kevin in the house. Kevin has some words for you guys. Heavy rain and some thunder moved into Jacksonville, Florida tonight. We've just been cold. It's been cold. What's up, Noah Nomad? Omar in the house. How's it going, you guys? So I know there's only like 7 people in here right now. So this is for you guys and for the people who watch the replay, because there is some things that I wanted to address about my videos, and I see my rights and I see my wrongs. And as you guys know, I've been doing this for 5 months and I'm no expert. I'm no expert on anything whatsoever. So I did notice that I was getting a lot of comments, not like the ones that I showed you guys, but I've been getting a lot of comments about like me having anger issues and me cussing too much and me complaining too much and maybe I need to do this and maybe I need to do that. And people like giving me life advice. It's crazy, honestly. It is crazy. Here, a couple of the comments are, let me see. We got blah, 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 blah. You're raising kids with that mouth. Couldn't even finish the video, which like that, like whatever, dude. And just people saying, you have anger issues. Have you ever considered this? Have you ever considered that? And it's like, I hope that people know. Hold on, let me see. Like, just came across your channel. To be honest, you might want to reevaluate doing food delivery from what it appears full time. You have an anger problem. Hear me out. We bring this stuff on ourselves and blah, blah, blah. And I just want you guys to know, for the people who are in here, because this is StreamYard. So these are like my people. You guys, Omar, Maverick, Noah, Cray Cray in the house, Will, Kevin, Chuck, everybody, you guys are like, you guys have pretty much been here from the start. You've been here before I was monetized. You're not new. Like, and for anybody who's been watching from the start, you know that I started off real nice, quiet, and sweet. Right? I got a lot of comments about positivity. I got a lot of comments about, just good outlook on the future and things like that. But that wasn't me. Okay. And we're just going to throw that out there right now. I am a very positive person. If anybody knew me in real life, you would know I'm one of the nicest people that you will ever meet. Like, we'll give a hobo $5 at the side of the road, or if I see somebody crying and I don't even know you, I'm going to give you a hug. I'm there for a lot of people. I'm one of the nicest people you would ever meet. So for one, don't think that in my videos when I'm cussing, going on rants and cussing, because let's face it, I cuss a lot. And I'm sorry. Like, I don't know. That's just how I am. I can't really help it, but I don't want to do that, Like, I don't want to be, oh my God, I just got sent a $2 order. Like, yay, we're going to have a great day. Like, I don't want to do that. I want to be who I am, because I feel like that when I go on my rants, and what people don't understand is that I am seeing these orders and this is my reaction 0.2 seconds after seeing it. Once I'm done ranting, I'm calmed down. Like, I'm calmed. I'm just a cusser. And I know that some people like to watch rants. Like, not every day is perfect at all. And if anybody knows, this fucking week has been terrible. And especially when you're in a position like how I was and worked very hard to get to priority access and things like that, and just not getting sent the orders. Like, it's very frustrating. And I feel like it sucks as content creators that we can't exploit that or talk about that or have a reaction, because we're in the face of hundreds of thousands of people, and somebody always has something to say. And it will be people who say that they love my channel. So I'm not trying to be rude. I don't want to be rude about it. But one thing that I am wrong is maybe I need to cut it out with the F-bombs. So drop a thumbs up in the chat or a thumbs down if I should keep with thumbs up, keep the F-bombs, or thumbs down, get rid of the F-bombs. Because I do watch over my videos and I'm like, damn, like I have such a potty mouth. I just can't help it. And I don't want to go through and edit all this other stuff of customers being bleeped out. Like, I don't know. I'm a cusser. I'm a positive cusser. I will be as positive as I can about the day. Like, but let me get in the comments real quick. I just wanted to address that though, because that's been on my mind, like thinking like maybe the people who have been watching me see my demeanor change and they don't like the angriness. I mean, sometimes I can't help it, but man, Doordash pisses me off sometimes. Like they be getting under my skin. I'm allowed to rant. We're humans. We're allowed to talk about shitty orders that we get. And the craziest thing about it is that people who work regular W-2s, they complain about their jobs just as much. So maybe we should go on there and tell them that they have anger issues. But what's going on? How are you, Chevy Speed? We got Cassandra in the house. A lot of cuss in the world today. All good. Don't let some people get you down. They're not getting me down. That's not, and I'm not saying that because honestly, quite honestly, I could care less if I cuss or not. It's just the way that I am. But I got to remember that I do live streams, and I can be myself in the live streams and maybe just tone it down for people in a house. Like for me, for instance, I watch everybody's videos in the house with my kids. Like maybe some people don't like cussing in their household and things like that. So if I'm constantly doing it, I am kind of like hitting some strings to some people. I go on rants every day, not a big deal. What's up, Jessica? It's good to be unapologetic yourself, as long as you know that you're a good person with the rest. Yeah. Okay. See, I was just, I just wanted to get that out there. I do want to start doing a schedule change with my videos. I'm going to start posting Monday through Friday regular videos, doing our Saturday night live, and then going on a ride along Sunday. So one regular live, like randomly throughout Sunday, Saturday night live, and then Monday through Friday, I'll post regular videos. And you might see a little bit of demeanor change in the videos because I do want my videos to be appealing to people, like new people coming in. I don't want to seem like, I mean, granted, I am kind of sort of new to all this, and I'm gonna rant a little bit. Like when people say they didn't get their food, but I just wanted to get that out there because I know some people are literally just genuinely saying it because they like my channel and they don't like the way that it's kind of shifted to be more towards I'm motivated to go out and work when I watch her videos. It's more of a, yeah, Doordash fucking sucks kind of videos. So right. Right now the complaints, so I don't mind the complaints, but everyone has a complaint, but I try not to use the F word, but I try to not use the F word less often. I get what you mean. So I'll probably just watch my little F words because I did want to ask you guys' opinion on that. And I do apologize if I have like genuinely like made somebody feel like I was like that kind of person. Like, guys, you got to remember, a lot of people like rants. It gets views. People like it. Subscribers come. For everybody who doesn't like rants, there's an equal amount of people who does like rants. And sometimes I just need to rant. It's been a terrible week, But all right, let's get into this live now. We got about 10 minutes in. We got some people in here talking. We got engagement. So we are going to get on what the topic of the day is, or the night, I should say. I'm at home, finished delivery around 6:30 this evening. I could not go out today and look at those roads. I prayer walk every day for a grateful new day, but I still cuss every time I see a $4 for 12-mile type order. I feel it. I do not do Amazon Flex now. So here's the thing. We've heard so much, guys, so much about people in the gig economy striking. Now, I am a person who does not care. I don't care what you want to do with your life. I don't care if you want to strike. I don't care of any of that. But when it starts to affect me, it gets under my skin a little bit, So we had our DoorDash strike on Valentine's Day, I believe it was. And then apparently there's another one happening on April 1st. Now the date threw me off. Somebody commented it under my stuff. People are saying April 1st, but April 1st is also April Fool's Day, so they could just be trying to tell drivers that so they won't work, so they can make more money, because you know how that goes. Another DoorDash strike. We've had strikes for Walmart, Spark. We've had strikes for Lyft. We've had strikes for Uber. We've had strikes for all of them, right? Rants make you feel good about human. Good evening, all. Regardless of the words used, sometimes you can still see your heart and your character trying to say, well, thank you, Dashing Maverick. So striking. Again, this is a safe space, and I do want to hear from some people who do strike. I do want to hear from some people who do strike, because I want to know, because you can only read so much online until I've yet to personally meet somebody who is into the striking stuff for the gig economy. I didn't even think it was possible to strike for the gig economy. The only people that I feel that should have something to say strike-wise is rideshare. I do believe that rideshare has something going, they have something to say, because they're not driving around food or groceries. They're driving around people, and safety is one of the things that people are striking about, safety and wages. And I do feel like if you're driving people around and putting yourself in the safety issue that you are with how crazy this world is, I do believe that your base pay should be more than like $5 or $6 a ride. I sometimes get $4 rides if I have like Uber on. Like, that's like, if that customer decides to not tip, which like the people who don't tip, everybody in the gig economy knows they're the worst kind of people. They ask for the most. That I personally have done my share. I've done like 28 rides on rideshare, and there was 3 different instances that happened that made me very uncomfortable driving as a woman. I've seen many uncomfortable videos about people striking on, not striking, but people being unsafe doing rideshare where lives were ended. So aside from rideshare, because I feel like in my heart, like those are the people who generally do have something, but don't bring like DoorDash into it. Don't bring Walmart Spark into it. Don't bring Instacart into it. I don't strike. I'm not an employee. Correct. Rideshare people, so they're out of the question. So if anybody wants to like talk about rideshare and you want to strike about it, I totally agree. I do think it should be at least like $10 a ride or something along those lines, because they'll offer you like $10 to drive like 22 miles, and then you're dependent on that person tipping afterwards. And 9 times out of 10 or 5 times out of 10, they don't. So, my biggest thing right now, I am gonna drop the StreamYard link so we can kind of like get in more deep with this about everybody's different opinions. Now, I don't want to be like dogging anybody else. Like, I don't want to feel like their matters are their matters. Like, I feel like I have no like hierarchy to sit there and say that somebody else's feelings are invalid about what they're going through. But like, I will tell you some facts without being mean. So we'll keep the name calling away. We won't call anybody names. We won't do any of that. But I do think that for one, people who are doing these strikes, are we employees? Are we in a union? Do we work for Starbucks? Like, are we overworked and underpaid? Do we have to be somewhere? No. So why are we striking? Why do people in the gig economy want to be an employee so bad? If you want it, this is my outlook. If you want to be an employee so bad, where there's somebody telling you where you need to be at what time, and if you need to go home early, you have the risk of losing your job, or you can't call off. Like today, I woke up with the most splitting migraine ever. Now, granted, I did feel like shit because I was in the gig wars and I let my team down. But if I wasn't doing that, I would have no care in the world, feet kicked up. I'm not an employee. Yes, we have a boss. I will say we have a boss. DoorDash is our boss. Instacart is our boss. But they're laid back bosses. Come in when you want. Sign up for the app. Don't work it for 2 years straight. We'll be here when you're ready again. That's how it is. We get so much freedom. so much ability to just do what we want to do with our lives without being tied down, while also being able to make a significant amount of money. Because I will say that, yes, I had a bad week. And you guys have seen that, hence my rants and my going off in my videos, because I did want to like point out to that. I've been having a terrible week on DoorDash. I'm honestly pissed the fuck off that I worked so long I think it was last Saturday. I worked so long doing earn by time, was getting my ass kicked. I was so tired, and I just wanted to make Top Dasher before the end of the month. Everybody told me when I hit 70% and up that I would just start seeing great orders, and I did not. I did not see that. I was getting sent trash. I was getting sent doubles, $5 for 10 miles. I was getting sent singles, $3 for 12 miles, and it was just absolute trash. And that's not enough to make me go and hold up a picket sign and tell them that they need to raise the base pay. It's not enough for me. I've been having such a bad day or bad week with DoorDash, and granted, the $2 base pay, yes, DoorDash, you fucking suck. Instacart, you fucking suck lowering the base pay. Spark, you fucking suck by not letting people have fake accounts, but not cracking down on it as much, or all of them, all the apps having fake accounts. It sucks. It does suck. But you know what? If you're going to strike to make these changes, the first mistake that you're making is, let's strike on February 14th, work the day before, the day after, and then let's make another strike for next month. If you're going to strike, go through with that shit. Don't work at all. Because the people who don't want to strike, because you will never get us all on the same page. The people who don't want to strike, guess what? We're going to work. We're going to work. If you don't like it that much to where you want to strike, get off the platform. Go move so we can do what we do. Because, yes, from what you guys have seen, I've not made much money. A lot of the times in my videos, I stay out. I try to stay out a little bit after just to see what else I can make. And sometimes I end up making a lot. Yesterday, I made over $250. So just mainly using DoorDash. So, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. If you're going to strike, if you're so mad with the app that you want to go and strike, then get off the app and let the people who don't want to strike, who do know how to make the money on that, they do know what zones to go to and everything like that, let us work. Let us do our things. Because the people who want to strike are probably most likely cherry pickers, which is no problem. It's no problem at all. I don't care. My mom is the biggest cherry picker you will ever meet in your entire life. Biggest cherry picker you'll ever meet. But you know what? That's her strategy. If it wasn't working, I'm sure that she would try to do something to get her acceptance rate up so she would get better orders, as if the tier program came into our market or something. I'm sure that she would make the change, since DoorDash is her main, or try to get on a different app or find a regular W-2 job. This striking, if you're going to strike February 14th and then not strike again until April 1st, that's just taking a day off. Let me jump in the comments real quick. April Fools for the fools. The drug game of the 80s and 90s method has moved into food delivery. It's about to be a big problem everywhere soon. I don't disagree. And one thing that I remember just when I was doing my research on gig work and watching videos and stuff like that, a lot of things that say is this isn't going to last forever, because you know what society does? They find something good and they find a way to just crumble it. They find a way to overuse it. They find a way to manipulate it. They find a way to step over the next person with bots, with stolen accounts, with all that other shit. They find a way to manipulate the system to ruin it for everybody. And it's just my biggest, with the striking. We're going to strike so we can fight to what? What's the end game here? To become employees? To be told, hey, if you don't schedule into this Dash or you don't schedule into this Walmart Spark shift by this time, if you're 15 minutes later, you miss a schedule, contract violation, 3 contract violations, you're done. Is that what we're fighting for? Are we fighting for to get paid our state's minimum wage, maybe $3 more? So $16, $17 an hour to drive, and then maybe get a mileage deduction and then tips? No, we don't. Half the time people don't tip anyways. So why would I want to be forced to take an order? This is not Domino's. We are not Jimmy John's. It's Doordash as independent contractors. And I really don't like to phrase independent contractors that much because we're not like soulfully, we did not make this business. We're not, we're literally applied for the job. It's literally a job. But it's a job that gives you the freedom to not take a no-tip order unless you're like at a regular restaurant who actually does delivery driving and they have to take the order no matter what, knowing that it's a no-tip, knowing that it's going far, and knowing that there's better orders sitting on that shelf, but you weren't assigned those orders. Is that what we want? Like, I just don't get it. Let me get back into the comments. Y'all can strike. I'll keep making that money. You are not late. We actually just started. I agree. Home Depot starts at $15 an hour is if that's what you meant. Go get a job there. I thought the point of gig economy was to make your own schedule, make your own decision. There's no better jobs than gig because I work when I want, how I want. No boss. Don't really have to deal with customers and make more money than a real job. And a lot of people will say, they don't make the money or like the taxes aren't worth it and things like that. But I can say that this is the best thing that I've done. I won't say the best thing that I've done for money because that sounds so wrong, but the best job that I've worked to pay the bills. Like I started out with just Instacart, and guess what? Instacart got dead when they dropped that $4 base pay, that $4, 4 to 7 or whatever the heck they made it. And Instacart has been dead. I do maybe one Instacart order a week. I moved on. I've done something different. Spark. It has not been sparking for me in a while. So I moved on to DoorDash. And pretty soon DoorDash will slow down or Uber will slow down, and then we'll get back to Instacart and Spark and shopping orders. I hate food delivery. I don't like doing food delivery. That might be why I get so angry in my videos because I already hate it. I already hated the waits at the restaurants, everything like that. I'd much rather just shop. But since things are going on in the shopping world, it just not as I just had to pivot my direction towards food delivery. What's up, Alex? DoorDash at this point has been for a while a job. Too many rules that can limit your earnings. Sure is. Tati, gotta send you a mastering catering I did today. 3 boxes of Subway sandwiches, 180 sandwiches to be exact. I still haven't gotten a DoorDash catering order. I've still yet to get a DoorDash catering order. I've been getting a couple delivered or deliver that. Have not heard from delivered. I actually passed up 3 deliver that orders that I could have did, but I just didn't want to drive out that far. But I would like to, that might be something else that I end up doing because we got to make the money somehow. Girl, speaking of which, 18 people just got deactivated from my store because they're using bots. Yeah. I do not want legislation in my area. A partner of gig economy. I had a boss for 35 years. I like not having a boss. And it's and this goes Chuck, it's perfect. You're retired. You don't really have to do this. You do it because it's extra money. I could definitely go get a real job. I'll tell you guys I'm one qualified motherfucker. I am a qualified ass person. Every job that I went to an interview at, I've gotten hired on the spot, no second interview. I have no doubt that I'd be able to find a job, no questions asked. But for people who are retired, people who have 3 children and you are the primary parent, people who are single parents, people, for people like us, it's perfect. I've at a job, I don't think I've ever had a Mother's Day off. I don't think I've ever had a Valentine's Day off. I think I've pretty much worked every 4th of July. I'm sure they would have worked me every Christmas and every Thanksgiving if they could. You're not allowed to request off between the days of December 18th and January 5th. There's so many rules with a job that just does not work with my schedule. How are you going to tell a mom with 3 kids to work on Mother's Day? That's the things that we would go into of not, how many kids concerts that I've missed because of work that they're oh, well, I put it in as a request off and they just didn't see it and they scheduled me, and then now I have to cover that shift. Now I have to go find somebody to cover the shift, or I wake up with a splitting headache, or one of my kids has a fever and now I have to call off, and I feel emptiness like in my stomach because I'm terrified that I'm going to lose my job because I had to call off to take care of a child. Like, is that what we want? Like, that's why we do this work. It's for the freedom. And I think that a $2 base pay for DoorDash sucks. A $4 base pay for Instacart sucks. But the freedom that I get, it brings it together. It brings it together. You're having a bad day at a regular W-2 job. You can't just go home. You can't say, hey, look, boss, I'm having a bad day. I'm driving home. I'm not doing any closing paperwork. I'm not doing any outs. I'm not doing any of that. I'm going home. You think that you're going to come back the next day? No. The gig world is not meant to be steady. It is designed to be a roller coaster. And a lot of it is like, I've heard people say, well, they're striking because they should put mandatory tips on orders. They could do that, but how are you going to demand somebody else to put a tip on there? They charge so much for service fees. Just give us a chunk. Like, there's so many different things. Now, in my mind, I don't think DoorDash or Instacart or anybody who has lowered their base pay, I don't think that they're ever going to raise that shit up. If they do, that's crazy. That great, good shit. But no amount of striking is going to make them fucking give us a higher base pay. I highly, highly doubt. And maybe I'm wrong. I'm, like I said, I'm not all knowing, but maybe I'm wrong. You know, maybe they could, but the base pays are going to stay where they're at. You know what's going to happen when you go on strike? They're going to say, like, say you guys don't strike one day out of the month. Let's say you guys strike for 4 whole weeks straight. What are they going to do? Hire in the next batch of people? Do you know how many people are waiting? DoorDash doesn't care. Spark doesn't care. Instacart does not care. If you don't want to work, that's fine. We'll just hire in more people. And then when you decide that you want to come back, now it's oversaturated as fuck because you decided to go on strike. And now we have fucking 17,000 new people in. And then you come back. The strike makes sense to me. Stand up for what you believe in. Don't work for less. Work for what you're worth. Peace out. Yeah, Ken, but you don't have to work for less because we pick what orders we take. So, yeah. You are your own boss in this gig world. The only issue I have with DoorDash is the acceptance rate, keeping you from dashing anytime while other stats are top notch. I do think that sucks. I do think that we all should, well, honestly, if you guys seen the videos, I don't think that there's really a difference in priority access because my mom has a 9% acceptance rate. I had a 72% acceptance rate. And while I'm getting sent $5, $6, $7 orders, she's getting sent 17s, 15s, 12s, or she's accepting them. She's not getting sent them, but she's sifted through bat. While I'm on this $6 order, she's getting, you know, other orders. So it's either let my acceptance rate go down and get a good order, or let my acceptance rate stay up and maybe get a good order if there's one out there and I'm in the area, you know? So I don't know, but I do think that there should be some reward to people. I don't think there should be equality with it. That's just my opinion. We'll get to that later. Since DoorDash doesn't punish us for not working when we don't want to work, I feel like the rules and regulations, unless they tell me that I have to do something or I will get deactivated from the platform, other than making sure I carry out the order that I am already on, which is a very reasonable request. Like it'd be different if they said if your acceptance rate goes below a 10%, you would be deactivated. Like that would be different. You don't really have to do. I've made good money with DoorDash with a low acceptance rate, and I'm making good money right now with a high acceptance rate. The biggest thing is just the tier program and getting into the LLP, if there's any LLP orders out there. Yep, never had any of those days off. Going on strike only works on a small scale. Mega corporations will always replace the people, then change anything because it's cheaper. But here's the biggest thing. We're not a union. We're not a union. This isn't like they're not allowed to fire us completely and we can go out and strike. And once our needs are met or not met, we just go back to work like nothing happened. That's not it, because what they will do is hire more people and essentially mess it up for everybody, or give them what they want. And now we're working for $17 an hour and maybe get a mileage deduction and hoping that we get tips. And if you don't show up for a scheduled shift, you get deactivated. That's just it. So I was reading something on Business Insider. I should have screenshotted it. I didn't. I totally lost it. I tried to look it up. I couldn't find it. But I read, I don't know how true this is since I don't have like the facts with me. I had it. I sent it to myself and it's like, it's not there anymore. But Walmart Spark, they posted basically that starting like in June, which we've heard this before, but starting in June, they're going to start, what is that called? Like getting rid of contract or independent contractors and just going with their regular employees. Like to drive for Spark, you would have to go through the hiring process of Walmart, the same that you would do on an app, just with Walmart instead. And, you know, now you're at a regular job because people were striking, people were complaining, people were bitching, people were whining. They said that the pay is bad, it's oversaturated, and there's a lot of fake accounts. Now, I will say this, the fake account thing has always been there, but it has been more apparent in the past couple of months, seeing of everything that's going on with political stuff and borders being open and immigrants and blah, 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 right? So instead of giving Spark a little bit to try to figure out, like they came out with the facial recognition, they came out some Walmart's ID people, like they're trying to figure out what they can do without deactivating innocent people, and you guys are not giving them that chance. And Spark is an app that I would defend because yes, they send trash, but they send more good orders that are worth taking miles of money, especially with their shopping order, than they do trash. So I will defend them, give them a chance, but no one said, you guys want to strike? And what happens? It's like two kids fighting over a toy, and mom comes in and says, well, now you both can't have it because you're too busy striking because it's oversaturated or somebody has a fake account. I get it. Fake accounts are bad. I get it. We don't want people to have fake accounts. We want them to get caught. But striking to the point where it's becoming a problem is just going to make a corporation like Walmart Spark, not Doordash that runs through all kinds of different restaurants, but Walmart, quote, quote, Walmart, like little copyright sign right there next to their sign. You want to go strike against a corporation, that they're just going to take it from all of us. And that, if that is true, that is what's going to happen because people are bitching, whining, and complaining that they're not making any money. I'm the first one to say that I miss Spark and I wish Spark was going in my market like it used to. But I'm not going to go bitch, whine, and complain so the people who are making money can't make it anymore. The honest people, the good people. Like, you go against an actual corporation, one that's not just going through different stores and really doesn't have a home base, they're going to take it away. Like, Spark's on my good side. Doordash and all those other ones, like whatever, but Spark's on my good side. So if that's true, that would really suck because it just brings me back to original question. For everybody who even started doing gig work, whether it be 1 day a week or 5 days a week, why did you start doing gig work full time? What was your reasoning to do gig work full time? Like, what was your reasoning? Give me 1 second. Leave a comment. Anyways, what was your reasoning of doing gig work for the first time? Was it because you, like me, stay-at-home mom, stay-at-home dad, single mom, single dad, retirement, you lost your job, you just were dibble-dabbling in it and realized that you could make money? For my full-time gig workers, what made you, or part-time gig workers, what made you get onto the app? You rejected a $27 12-item Spark going 2 miles. I do the same. And that's the thing. A lot of people do that. I do that when I'm out and I've been working all day and I know I want to go home and maybe I'm on my way home, but I leave the app on and then they send me like a mediocre order. And I'm like, man, fuck that shit. And I don't take it. There's money out there. A lot of the times we do bypass it because we don't feel like working. I can see with all the fraud they face right now with Americans and illegals and Americans giving a silver to the drug game to use the account and pay for the yeah. I mean, it's bad. It is bad, but like Cassandra said, they just deactivated 16 accounts. I haven't done Sparks, but I know some people say that Walmarts are checking IDs. They are only opening the self checkouts for the Spark drivers and checking IDs, and that's their jobs now at some Walmart. So it's like, let them get a chance to figure it out. Let them get a chance to, because we're not these big corporations. We're not these companies. Like at the same time, the CEOs kind of suck because they do they do send a shit and stuff like that. And like their AI sucks. But at the end of the day, like they're still human and they need to figure out what the best plan is to make sure that we keep the honest people and get rid of the people who are stealing accounts. I feel like that they've made some progress with it. Facial recognition, Spark didn't used to have that, stuff like that. The money was better than the W-2. I was getting better and better every day. I started part-time on Instacart, in between jobs, quick dollar, best choice I've ever made. I work at home desk job, independent contractor since 2010. She makes her own schedules. I'd be very pissed if this happens. I started gig work because things were slow at the nail salon. So we got people who started it because they were getting paid better, people with flexibility, people who did it part-time. We got people who do other work that just slowed down. I started gig work full-time because freedom is very high priority. I never want to request another day off, and I can develop my own business and art when I make my own schedule. Doordash, you can go back to school. Gig work, you can go back to school. You can spend this Flubber Ghosted's reasoning was my reasoning. My reasoning added with childcare prices, but that is my reasoning. Freedom is such a high priority that people don't understand. They don't get it. Freedom is priceless. And when you go work at a job, dude, when my first son was born, I worked so much. I pretty much missed almost all his childhood. He was with babysitters and things like that. I missed it all. And when this baby was born, I'm like, I don't want to miss another second that I don't have to. I don't want my niece to ask if we can go roller skating and then I can't take her because I'm working and I can't get out in time. I don't want to miss taking my kids to the park on the first warm day of spring because I'm stuck at work, or missing fireworks or anything like that because I'm stuck at work and some teenager told me that I can't go home. I don't want to do that. Then I retired from the airline industry and qualified retirement over 20 years in air, moved and stayed doing full. Oh yeah, I didn't know you worked for the airlines. Here's a good one. They threatened to make me take a vaccine. I stood on my principle. I lived off of the savings while taking care of my dying grandfather, and then I can return. So you were basically during COVID were being forced to take a vaccine. That's a very liable reason. A lot of jobs were forcing people, and a lot of people didn't want to be lab rats to a new vaccine that we knew nothing about. Started off doing gig work because of COVID. Yeah, lots of COVID, lots of people and then also with inflation of not just food prices, but childcare prices, gas prices, car prices, things like that. It's just, we needed freedom. I'm sorry. I don't want to be like they were back in the day where they're working 60, 70 hours a week. But that was back then when the dad worked and the mom stayed at home with the kids. Now the mom and the dad got to go to work, and they still probably don't have enough to cover all the inflation that's going on. So gig work gave us the freedom while still being able to make the money. And we make the money. We do make the money. It's just, we got the Karens, the people who complain that there's cussing in a video that literally strictly says not made for kids when I set the video up. They complain like we're not adults about cussing. They're complaining about getting shitty orders, but taking it to the next level and trying to talk to a corporation about it. If we get to the point where the striking works, Most of the time they'll go maybe a couple dollars over your minimum wage, kind of like earned by time. Over here, my earned by time, that's just the one that I'll go by, is $11.25 an hour. So let's say that they pay me $16.25 an hour. I don't think that that is good enough. I would be so pissed off. I would be so mad if I wake up one day to an email from DoorDash saying that we have to be outside working at a certain time. I barely fucking like the catering orders telling me when I have to be there to pick up the catering orders. Like, I don't even like that. I don't want to be told where I need to be, when I need to be there, getting contract violations for being late to a scheduled shift. I don't want that. And anybody who wants that should go work for Domino's or some other delivery service where they can still sit in their car all day and can stay busy, or just do earn by time if that's what you want. If you want that, do earn by time. If you want to be treated like an employee, go do earn by time. I'm sure that's probably why they fucking made it. Like, oh, you guys want to be paid hourly? Well, here's earn by time. Like, that's literally what it is. But no, you guys want to fucking bitch and complain some more. And even if what you got did work, you'd find something else to bitch and complain about. So, like, my biggest hope for the strikers is that they literally continue to strike. Can just stay off the platform if you're striking to that level. The people who will take a no-tip order and then slip a note into the person's food to tell them about themselves. Those are the people that need out. Like, if you're striking, go work for Starbucks or someplace that actually cares. Doordash does not care. Instacart does not care. They'll deactivate you. Try to message an Instacart support person and go off on them and see if your account still stays the way that it is. It's crazy. And about the equality, I don't think that we should have equality either. I don't. I like the 50%. If it fucking worked. Now, I worked very hard to get to that, and I have not seen a change, so that like kind of makes me mad, but I do believe in it. I do believe, and it should be a thing that if you do good on the app, if you do the acceptance rate that they want, you take a lot of orders for them, you scratch their back, they scratch yours. I do think that that should be a thing, like how Deliver That has that. Once you take like your first 20 orders, you can be in the whatever program and stuff like that. I do think that the people who put the most work in, who put the most time in, who put the most dedication in, full-timers, things like that, should definitely get treated better at a thing. I don't believe in equality. Every app has tiers. Every app has different things. I do think that that's cool if they follow through with them. Now, do they follow through? Do they not? I don't know. I don't work for DoorDash corporate. I don't work for any of them. Like, I just drive. So like, I'm probably just somebody who is in a terrible market getting terrible orders at the time. And I need to find a way to adjust to get to a different market that pays better. I forgot where I was going, but but regardless, I don't think that equality, I think that we should all literally just, if you work a lot, you get like, it's at a regular restaurant or a regular job in general. Are you going to give the better shifts to the person who comes in when you call them and say you need help? Or are you going to give it to the person who never shows up and works one day a week? Are you going to give employee of the month to the person who stays late and takes all the orders and does all of that? Or are you going to give it to the person who just called off 3 times this week? Like, it's the same as when you do a good job at a regular job and you get promoted. You would like to do good at a job because this is a job. You would like to do good at it and be promoted. So I do think that equality is bullshit as well. I don't want to have to fucking sit here and work my ass off while I'm watching little Susie, who just got on DoorDash and only works 1 hour a day, 1 day a week, getting treated the same as I do when I'm out here fucking sweating my forehead off trying to get these orders done. But oh, that sucks, Cassandra. All full-time gig workers are entrepreneurs at heart, for sure. Listen, I'm going to start my own nail company. Like, I think the good drivers and delivery are just worried about the competition. Saturation is going to be so slow. I mean, but okay. I see what you mean. I'm definitely scared of oversaturation. I would hate to have to go back to a W-2. But like I said, it's, if you worked at a regular job and you were out there putting the work and doing everything that you needed to do at this job, you wanted the manager position so fucking bad, and you're over here, let's say it's DoorDash and there was a manager position, you're taking every order, your completion rate's 100%, your acceptance rate 80%, you've done 10,000 deliveries so far, and you work and you know the market and you do good and you make lots of money, and you do what DoorDash wants. And then you got somebody who's been on the app for 2 years, has 800 deliveries. Their customer rating is like a 4.82. Their completion rate is like at the brink of being deactivated, and they've taken one order out of the last 100. Who's getting the DoorDash manager badge? Like, it's just common sense. It's still a job. This isn't kindergarten where we're getting handed the same gold star no matter what work we did. This is a job. This is a job. It is competition. A lot of gig work is competition. Knowing your market, being where you're at, making the most money. Like, that is what it is. Okay, but I am going to drop the StreamYard link here because I do want to hear from you guys on your opinions, because I've been talking a lot. My mouth is dry. This Pepsi ain't doing nothing for it. I think that I want to do one at a time. I feel like the last live stream when we had a lot of people up, it was a lot. So I do want to do one at a time. And for the 32 people in here, don't be shy. Don't be shy. Come on, talk to me. This is new for me too. I like to hear from you guys. I want to talk to you guys. It was really fun last time to hear from a lot of different faces that I haven't seen on this channel but heard of. And I just want to hear if you're with striking, if you're not with striking, if you believe in it halfway, if a situation that you've been through to make you want to do strike, or a situation where you've seen, like, I want to hear your guys' opinions. I want to hear all of that. The only thing that I would ask, like I said, is if somebody has a different opinion than you, don't be mean. That's all I can ask for. Let me do this. What's up, Hustle? I wanted to keep active. I do 20 to 25 hours. Salad for good. And I like the variety of deliveries. Means most flexible today. I work a W-2 and it sucks. I don't wish that type of work on anyone. I hope gig work only gets better. Like I said, dude, the other day I walked into my brother. He works at Home Depot. He works where I work out for DoorDash. And it was dead, and I wasn't getting anything. So I was like, I'm going to go bother my brother. And it was such a nice day, and his job was dead too. And it was just like, I looked at him and I was like, it really must suck to not be able to leave your job right now. It really must suck to have to stay here and work even though there's nothing going on. You're just standing around. Look, tired of working for DoorDash, made my own delivery company. That's what you could do other than striking. You could do that other than striking. But what's up, Hustle? And Hustle CLE, listen. This dude is like my my therapist. When I've been going through all this Top Dasher stuff and the crappy orders and everything like that, he has been my therapist. And I would love to hear from you if you're willing to come on to this stream and talk to everybody, because he's out literally maybe 30, 45 minutes away from me, but he makes great money. And he has me in his ear like, man, fuck priority access, and this is bullshit, and blah, 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 blah. And I'm going off. And he's just like, it works for me, so I don't know what you're talking about. So I would love to hear if you're willing to get on. That would be cool. A Home Depot, that's my job. It's not that bad. Just hide. Right. But you can't leave. Yeah, Dashing Across America's channel is great. I just started picking up my own side work for personal pickup deliveries. All right, we got Kevin in the box. We're going to bring Kevin up. Kevin, I'm going to let you speak. I'm going to let you talk. I'll give you like a good 5 minutes to just get it out. All right. What's up,
hi, Dick. I tell you, first of all, I know back in the day when I first started doing DoorDash, they would send you self-pay orders and delivery. So, and it didn't matter if you didn't want to see any stop and pay orders. You were going to see them anyway. And then it was sometime last year, I got an email. They decided to go ahead and give you the option. They were nice enough to give you the option. So if you didn't want it, if you're the type of person, you're like, I hate stop and pay, just give me food delivery, you could turn off stop and pay. And these we Instacart, all of them, for all the negative stuff, you know, we need to remember there's some good stuff. There's some good points. And I'm going to point something out. You know, a lot of these people that want to go on strike, they talk about the base pay ought to be raised. They ought to give us more base pay. Well, okay, they can only give out so much in base pay, especially if an order is going, like, say, 18 miles away. They can't really, it's not economically feasible for them to give us like $14 or even $1 per mile base pay. That, I don't think that would even work out. That doesn't make any economic sense.
You think that they would lose more money if they did that? They wouldn't be profiting as much?
Yeah, I think that would definitely cut into their bottom line.
Well, and yeah. So if you go and you order an Instacart order and you see the service fees and you click on the little I next to it, it literally says service fees, the extra whatever you're paying for it, goes to advertisements. You know how expensive advertisement is for these companies? Background checks. A lot of these apps do not charge us to do background checks. A lot of these apps, when you get approved for them, they will send you a pay card. They will send you the hot bags. They pay for just the app in itself, the platform to be used on it. Like, they do have a lot, and things are expensive and things are inflating. So I would see them getting hit with more of a thing for them to have to lower the base pay. I would just like it if they would give us a reasoning, not just saying, hey, the base pay is being lowered to this.
Yeah, you know, and now, you know, it'd be nice if they, instead of the $2, if they would just go ahead and say, okay, all we're going to be able to give you is a $4 base pay. And
we're not asking for much.
but the bottom line is you have to remember. So, and I'm going to tell you something, good gal.
What's up?
If let's say that you owned Doordash. Doordash was your baby.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it. What would you be doing? I dare say that you would probably be doing the same thing that they're doing. You would probably lower the base pay, and you probably come up with all these wonderful programs to incentivize drivers to take more garbage.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing is, would you really even have a cap? I mean, come on. If think about it. If somebody wanted to go ahead and sign up for your system, you'd be like, well, hell yeah. Because what would be on your mind is profit, making sure those orders get delivered. The more orders, the more money in your pocket. You know, and these people that come up here, blah, 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 I guarantee you every single one of them would do the same damn thing.
Because you cannot force a customer to tip. You cannot force them to tip.
And it's crazy. I mean, and look what I've heard reports of, I don't know exactly what's going on in Seattle and New York, but from what I've been hearing, some of them, a lot of drivers, they're not really seeing the orders that they were seeing. Mm-hmm. And the other thing, if they give you your cake, the cake that these people want, mm-hmm. then guess what? Oh yeah, well then you're better like, well, I get paid $19 an hour, but active hour. But how many hours can you get on the app? You're going to be on a schedule. You're going to be on a schedule.
already right now, like before I was top dasher, I could probably get on a schedule for 30 minutes at a time and then have to wait an hour before it turns red again, and then 30 minutes at a time then. So yeah, you're right. How much do they think? How many orders are out there, and how many, like, it's gonna be all bad. It's gonna be all bad.
And oh boy, and I saw a video of this person, this poor little dasser, saying something about she was getting a sob story. She's had so many non-tip orders, blah blah blah. You know what? I'll tell you one thing. That's what these media people, these news people, they want to find that individual. All they have to do is stick a microphone in front of these people, and I think the reason why they bitch and moan is they just want somebody to pay them some attention. Oh, look at me! Look at me!
Right.
I have a really bad life.
So I did like what you said about a lot of the people, including me this past week, has not seen the good that these apps do. Like all the people who share their $100 plus orders, their $60 plus orders that take them like not even an hour to do. Like we make a very good hourly rate as long as you put the work in for it. Try to get into the catering apps, try to do this. Don't be picky. Like if you do the work, would you rather sit there and wait for an order or make an hourly rate? Or would you rather do an order that's going to pay you like $40 an hour?
And you know, yeah, exactly. And so I don't really feel sorry for these people. I don't. I don't feel sorry for them whatsoever. And if they can't figure out a way to make it work, and I will say this, even rights are, even though I've never done it, I have no desire right now to do it. But even those people, figure it out. You have a brain, figure it out.
Right.
And you can't make that work. Hey, you know what? There's commercial fishing. There's day trading. I know some people that they're like food bloggers. They got like on the internet, and they go into these little fancy restaurants and they order food, and then they write a review on their blog. That's another way to make money.
There's so many, yeah, there is so many different ways. Yep, I would definitely agree with that 100%. I mean, you kind of had the same outlooks as me with like, it's kind of stupid to sit here and strike because what you're asking for might be what you want, might not be what you want. But at the end of the day, if we become employees where what we're trying to get away from in the first place, it's just going to be all bad. And you're going to end up like what they're going to do. They're going to go strike and they're going to be like, you know what, maybe I didn't really want this. And then just stop using the app anyways. Like if that's the case, then just stop using the app now. Just get off of the app now. If it's not what you want, if it's not what you like, if it's really putting you into that demeanor to where you don't want to do this and you would rather strike instead, you could become a TikToker. Like, I don't know.
Exactly. And you know, and Tony Sumine, he never really intended for that kind of work to be made full time, for somebody doing it full time. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like, you know, maybe your day off from your W-2, you don't really have anything planned, and you want to make a couple extra bucks,
right?
Or you know, or you want to take your wife out. It's the anniversary, and you want to make some extra money to go ahead and take her out in a nice restaurant like Ruth and Chris's or something. You can hurry up and make that money, and there you go.
All right, Kevin. Well, thank you for not going off like you did in Pedro's live, because you were going off in that live. We're gonna keep everybody safe from you today, okay?
Yeah, you're welcome. You have a good night.
You too, Kevin. Bye-bye. All right, you guys. Dude, we love Kevin. We gotta love Kevin. There is no not loving Kevin. He is like literally, he has the same mindset as me though. It's kind of like, you know, why are we doing this? There's so many different things you could do. Like if you have the time to strike, you have the time to go back to school. You have the time to go find a regular job. This was not meant to be a full-time gig whatsoever. This was meant to be a side hustle, hence the word side hustle, hence all the advertisement for DoorDash. You want to make a little extra money on the side hustle. We made it into a full-time job. We did this, me included. Some days these apps piss me off. The other days they just kind of give me $250 days. Like, I don't know really what to say. I had the most terrible day on DoorDash on Thursday. And then Friday, I think I did one Instacart. I made like 48 on Uber Eats. And then the rest was DoorDash. I made like $160 on DoorDash. It was crazy. I think that's all I did. Let me see here. I'm curious. Oh, it's a different day. But like, I was out there and I made good money. They sent me shitty orders. My acceptance rate is still low. I will say that. But I ended up, like, I don't know if you can see, but all of these different entries for Friday. So I made decent money, and you were in that live. It was a great live, great feedback. Yeah. And it's just, I don't know. I mean, like I said, I don't knock anybody, like I said, especially with Ubers, like in Lyft drivers. Like, if you're striking about safety, that is a big one. You were out there for 10 plus hours. I don't think I was. I went out at like 6 and I worked till I think 2. And then I came home and I went to sleep. And then I went out around back out around like 6:30 or 7. And I just kind of like, I don't know, even when I went home, because I just had errands to run and I was just kind of doing it in between. My niece was going skating, things like that. So I don't really know what I was doing all like that, but I was just kind of just working. I was just doing it like Friday night, let's get it. So, dang, you totally threw me off. Subject, Marilyn. What was I saying? You made me lose it. I can't. Yeah, got me. All right, Grandma Nicole, I'm about to bring you up right now, okay? How's it going?
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Just want to introduce myself to you and to everybody else in the live stream. Hello. Um,
Hello.
I do not believe that this strike is not gonna really affect a whole lot of thing when it comes down to DoorDash, Uber Eats, and Spark. Um, I just It's just crazy if it does, but I don't believe it's just going to push through. In my area, I'm still able to get good orders from Walmart Spark and Uber Eats. I do not
Lucky.
really, I really do not use DoorDash, just for the simple fact that I don't like how you have to have a good rating in order to, get good orders. So I just choose not to use them. So I
Mhm.
just prefer to use Spark and Uber Eats. But with you saying that, you know, they would use the Walmart employees to deliver the groceries to the
Mhm.
customer's house, I don't think that's going to work.
I don't
Um,
think so either.
Yeah, I really do not think that's gonna work. Just for the simple fact that a lot of Walmart employees quit Walmart for just, because these employees do not like Walmart. So
Right.
I really don't think it's gonna work. Um, I do believe that they might try to make us go doing a hourly pay. I do believe that part. But
Mhm.
other than that, I don't believe that they're going to make the Walmart employees do the deliveries. That's all. I mean, that's really I don't
You don't
believe
think that Walmart would have it in their budget, like kind of like how regular people who do deliveries, like not even just food, like just like anybody, like Amazon, they have their warehouse people, they have their delivery drivers. You got like people who do the flowers, and they have their delivery drivers and their in-house people. You don't think that Walmart would give like a budget for that? Because I mean, even though it's hard for these companies to keep employees anywhere, people still looking for jobs, and they'll say, I mean, people stand in front of the Walmart door and greet people. You don't think that they would pay people to drive?
If they do, it probably be like $16, probably $17 an hour. It won't, I don't think it'll be a whole lot. I
Right.
mean, yeah, I really don't think it'll be a whole lot.
I think that if they added in the tips, that a lot of people would be willing to look at that, other than being a cashier.
Yeah, but you got to also look at the fact that some of these customers that get their groceries through Walmart Spark, they really don't tip a whole lot.
They don't. Yeah, they sure don't. They
Like
don't.
the most I received was like $5. So no, I
I
don't
mean,
think.
I've seen some pretty high tips on Walmart Spark, but I mean, I do get a fair amount of cash tips too with Walmart Spark. But yeah, I don't think that I see it working out at all. Like, I know that for one, it's more of like, just like somebody said in here, too much of a liability, like too much
Hmm.
paperwork, too much like,
Right.
things like that, for to extend more and more money. Because I mean, at the end of the day, they do pay us probably substantially less than they would have to pay people who would do it for them as employees working a W-2 job, with maybe having to provide a car if they needed them to, because it's, at the end of the day, Walmart. But so what you said about DoorDash, so do you feel that us not being equal, like equality, unfair? Do you agree with that aspect of it?
Yeah, yes, I do believe it's unfair. Because some of these top dashers, I mean, it's hard to become a top dasher. I mean, when I say it's really hard, I mean, DoorDash does not be pushing out any good orders. Like they'll be sending you like $5 and some change for a high mileage. Who wants to
Right.
do that? I don't want to do that. I
Right.
mean, so that affects your rating when you decline the orders. So it's hard to become a top dasher. I'm sitting at 9% still, so I just choose
Yeah.
not to use
I
it.
used to I used to sit at a 0%. I was at a 0 and I did all the work to get up there, and I mean, just for me, I know some people say that it is worth it and stuff, but just for me in my market, because I think it is very market dependent whether Top Dasher is worth it or not. Because like I said, my mom does this stuff full time in the same market that I do, and she has I think she has a 9% is what she told me, or a 5% or something like that, and she was sitting in my house. We both had the app on at the same time. She got a 17.50 for 3 Mile double Pizza Hut order, and I didn't even get it
Wow.
first. And it's like,
Wow.
so when it comes to like that, I think they give us some pretty good equality. I think it all just
Right.
depends on if you have an order on your screen while this one's being sent out, and so it's not getting sent to you. I mean, I really don't think that there is any type of, at least with DoorDash, any type of like,
Now, I do have a question for you.
what's that?
Um, do you think, because you know how we be doing these dirty stacking, do you
Mm-hmm.
think Walmart might catch on to that, or some of these other apps like Uber Eats might catch on to that? Do you think
I think they know about it.
you
I'm
think so?
thinking, I think that the apps don't give a flying shit as long as these orders are being dropped off at the time that they said that they're supposed to be dropped off. Now, if it comes to a point where you're late, you get a contract violation, and then that's how they get rid of you for it. Like, I just did a dirty stat, and I was 1 minute late to the drop off, and I was like, "Whew!" Like, because there's things with the dirty stacks, like, there's nobody sitting at DoorDash Corporation just staring at computers, watching your location at all
Right,
times. They don't know
right.
unless a problem arises. So if somebody makes a problem arise, aka being late to a pickup or a drop off or something like that with either app, then it's going to raise some questions, and then that specific driver will probably get in trouble for it. But I don't think that like Walmart Spark really cares as long as their stuff is getting delivered on time. Like,
Okay.
for instance, with me, when I dirty stack, like, as long as you don't put like so for Spark, you have to hit I've left the store, I'm sure, and then you have to hit start delivery or something like that, or whatever. The customer or them, I don't think that they can see you moving en route unless you hit that. So you can go pick up another order. Like, you just be smart with it at the end of the day with the dirty stacks. Don't take something that's going to go in the complete opposite direction, because then your account's in jeopardy. Like, but I think they know about it. I just think they don't care.
Has Uber Eats been sending you like 3-stack orders at a time? Have you seen that in your market?
I've
No.
not. I've seen
They
it with DoorDash for sure. KFC. I've been getting a lot of like for DoorDash, I'll pick up 2 orders. I'll drop off the first one, then they'll give me another one after I drop that first one off. I've seen a lot of that, but no 3s on Uber. No.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna get off this stream so that somebody else can come in. But it was nice meeting you.
It was nice meeting you too. I see you all the
All
time. I see you all the time, girl.
right.
All right. All right, you guys. Yeah, that is a thing. Like, do these apps care about that? I think these apps have way more to worry about than the dirty stacks. I mean, dude, even Nola Brine would deliver that. Like, like they see it, they interviewed him and everything like that. So I think as long as everything, because a lot of these apps in their agreements, if anybody reads them, they do say like, we don't care if you use other apps. So I mean, take that with a grain of salt. Just be smart with the dirty stacks. Don't say I'm going to accept this order going this amount of miles, going west, and take this order going 8 miles east, and they're nowhere near each other. Like, just be smart about it. An order being awesome depends on the customer tip, but that's nothing new. When companies pay W-2 wages, they have a lot of costs behind the scene, like workman's comp, 401k. I think Amazon Flex should get a minimum 25 per hour. I don't know anything about Amazon Flex, but do they not pay? I heard that it's a good app. Good afternoon. What's up, Hustle Man Quell? Finally caught a stream. Thank you for the videos. Keeps me motivated while I'm doing my own gig work. I'm glad. What's up, Dink? You're not about to join? I think they're fine with it because the ones are doing it are the hustlers, right? And the ones that are doing it, well, you do have some people who are trying to do it and don't really do it right. We've all had a dirty stack that didn't go the way that we needed it to go. But I think that they care more about how they're going to get these fake accounts out and stuff like that. But this is about striking. There's a cop. There's a cop behind me. Instead of striking, build other income streams that you have control over. Yep. You're good. You're good, Cassandra. Guaranteed, we don't need an hourly pay rate. And that's true. We don't. I mean, maybe I have a biased opinion because I was a server before this, so I depended on tips. Always, I didn't come from a job that paid me an hourly rate thinking that I would go into this job and it paid me hourly rate. Like, I'm used to the restaurant industry. I'm used to tips. I'm used to all of that. So we need a comedy movie made of dirty stacking gone wrong. That's hilarious. We do. But I come from the restaurant industry where I was tipped. I come from that. So, like, that's already instilled into my brain. But people who are coming from W-2s, they're like, wow, I've been sitting out here for an hour with no orders. They don't know yet to just go home and try again later. They stay out there. And then they're like, man, this sucks. You know what I'm going to go do? I'm going to go cut down a tree and make a sign and start striking. That is what it is. Is DoorDash trying to strike? Apparently, there's another strike happening April 1st. And I know that April 1st, I will be out there working. So, but I have nobody else who wants to talk about anything. Nobody else wants to talk about striking. Nobody who agrees with striking. Nobody who wants to talk about the equality portion of it. Nothing. Nobody wants to talk about anything. We got nobody in the box right now. That's crazy. If that's the case, I'm going to do some dishes and go clean because I don't know what else to say. I've pretty much said all that I have to say about it. Quite honestly, end of discussion. I think striking is the stupidest thing that we can do in the gig economy because we're gig workers, we're independent contractors. We did this, me personally, to get the hell away from these employers, to get the hell away of people telling me what I can and can't do. I hate that. I hate being told where I need to be. I hate not feeling good, not being able to sleep in, not being able to see my kids, being guilt tripped every time I wanted to take my vacation that I earned, or vacations getting taken away from you, or anything like that. Even these apps offer benefits, you guys. Like the people who are striking, if you have not looked into it, they offer benefits. Like if you work 25 hours a week, you can sign up for all, you can get benefits for your fucking pet if you want. Like they have benefits. They might not be the best, but guess what? When I worked at Applebee's and was a manager, became all that, and looked into their benefits were terrible too. Like get it, like benefits are terrible. So it is April Fool's Day. Go Browns. So I think striking is ultimately stupid. I think that it's going to get nowhere. The places like New York City and stuff like that who have installed an hourly rate, I don't think I've heard anything good about it so far. I don't want to be told that I have to get on a schedule. And not that I think that that's going to happen. I don't know for sure if like this becoming an employee thing is going to be more contract violation offenses than before. But I just don't want to be on an hourly rate. I don't want to do that because with DoorDash, you would only get paid for active time. So you're not getting paid to sit around. And it just, I don't know. If I'm getting paid to sit around, then maybe. But if I'm not getting paid to sit around, I don't want that. They have earned by time for a reason. Where are the pro strikers? That's what I'm saying. Everybody's talking about striking, but nobody wants to talk about the striking. We don't work in a union. We do. I do like the cha-cha. You're funny. We don't work in a union. We don't have, like, I don't know how else to put it. We're not employees of an actual thing. We have a job, but we're not employees. There's nobody that we can call and say, hey, DoorDash boss, or hey, Instacart boss, I won't make it in today. Like, and if we want to keep our freedom and we want to keep the gig economy alive and not ruin it for everybody else to where we have to go get W-2s, it won't be the end of the world. Like I said, people who find good, easy ways to make some good money or anything that's good for anybody. My headband looking crazy. You're wild for not telling me. Anything, it's crabs in a bucket. They want to get over. They want to do this. They want to do that. And they just want to be Karens and Kyles. That's all they want. The cop's still behind me. Well, stop. But I also believe that the customers will stop ordering from Walmart. That's what I think. I don't know. What do you guys think? I don't think they're going to stop. They're never going to stop ordering. People are not going to stop ordering. It's not going to die down in that sense, but it is going to die down in a sense of like it just doesn't. It'll be more of a side hustle than it is a full-time job because they're not going to make it a full-time job. DoorDash is, like Kevin said, this is supposed to be a side gig. This is supposed to be a side job. It's not supposed to be your main income. We did that. So even if we became employees, we wouldn't get the hours that some people work. You wouldn't get it. It'd be like, it's full, try again tomorrow. And, yeah, and then we'd have to go get W-2s, and then now we're missing our kids' concerts and everything like that. Having to go back to work after you just had a baby after 6 weeks with no maternity pay, like other jobs do. I agree. I would just take care of my Dasher programs. I say they're worth it more, so I know I have those drivers happy because the companies. Yeah, I do think. Yeah, for sure, because I haven't seen shit, and it's making me not care about the only thing that I wanted Top Dasher for was to make sure in my head that I was doing 100 orders a month to get into the LOP program, and I got into the LOP program, and I did all of that, and I still have yet to get a catering bag required order, and so I do think it sucks that I worked hard and I'm not getting rewarded for it, but at the same time too. It could be my market. It could be me. It could be where I'm going at what time. It could be anything because somebody in a market who's 30 minutes away from me makes bank and I don't. So, I mean, he has Top Dasher. I have Top Dasher now. I don't have 70% acceptance rate. I'm gonna do it again. I'm going to get my acceptance rate up again. I'm probably going to do some earn by time and just get it back up because really, at the end of the day, like we're just going to have to adapt to any changes that happen with these apps. We're just going to have to adapt, and we're going to have to take it to the chin and whatever, because like I said, freedom is priceless. And for me to not have somebody tell me what I need to do, when I need to be there, when I can and cannot be sick, when I can and can't use the bathroom, like before I do all that, I will adapt to whatever new thing DoorDash wants to roll out. Like this new tier program that they're doing. The people who are cherry pickers, I don't know if this will affect you as much as you think it would. I don't know. I know it will affect the people in the large order program because you have to have a 70%. I don't know if it works like Top Dasher, if it's like you got to meet the requirements by the end of the month. I don't know anything about it because it hasn't been in my market. So I'm not doing the research on it until it affects me. But it is good to kind of like learn to keep your stuff up for it. And that's just for people who are overachievers like me. I'm an overachiever, and that's why it pisses me off so much, because I love to win. I love to be challenged. I love all of that. And when I do it and I don't get rewarded, it pisses me off. I'm glad that when I'm ready to go have a pizza or go for a run with a friend, I can log off. This was an amazing opportunity for when people come and start their own business, and this will put restrictions on the way you work all your businesses. Yep. Who on here does use the DoorDash benefits? I do have the catering bag. They know I have. Well, I don't have the catering bag. I haven't gotten it in the mail yet, but I got the email saying that I'm now in the large order program, and starting March 5th, which was 4 days ago, I would have priority to the catering orders. But I was thinking maybe because they know that they haven't sent it or it's shipped or whatever, that that's why they're not sending me any. But I also didn't go out and work today, so I wouldn't know. I don't even know where it's at right now. They're taking absolutely forever to send me this bag. Like, I bought this bag when I got Top Dasher, so like March 2nd. Let me see here. I'm going to see when they sent me this bag. I did it there a second. It works out perfect for me most times, actually. What are you talking about, Cassandra? What are you talking about, Cassandra? Hold on. Yeah, so here's my thing it says, welcome to the large order program. You're all set. Starting tomorrow, March 5th, you'll be first in line for large high value orders. The deliveries represent all large orders on the platform, including some catering deliveries that cannot be scheduled in advance. Get ready for bigger tips and more money in your pocket. That's what they sent me. I ordered the bag March 2nd, and I got that email March 4th. And let me see here. I got to copy the order number. Because last time I looked, it said it wasn't sent. Email address. Let's see. Order number. Paste. And I'm not a robot. It still says order received pending shipment. Yeah. They haven't sent it to me yet. They haven't even shipped it yet. So I don't know what the hell is going on. But I'm guessing that they're not going to send it to me until that bag comes in. Dude, I love to deliver that bags too. But anyways, you guys, so I guess this will end the live stream since somebody else wants to come on and talk. I mean, I thought we had more voices to be heard, but it's okay. It's okay. But I expect to see you guys in next live stream, because this is not it. I had 2 people. That's it. Come on now. Anyways, I will be doing a schedule change with my videos, and I need you guys to be on my neck about that. Monday through Friday, I'll post regular videos. We'll have our Saturday night lives. I will post a community post probably like every Wednesday or so to see what kind of topic that you guys know about, hear about, or anything like that you might want to talk about, something new, something old, anything like that, just so I can do some research on it and get good with it, to give my honest opinion about the situation. And then every Sunday, moderators, I will be going on a live stream, live ride along. I'm not sure if I'll do it like in the morning or at night. Just kind of depends on when I'll get out. So tomorrow I'll be doing a live stream ride along. I'm still in the gig war thing, but we ain't winning. So I'm not going to live stream on that platform. I'm just going to do it on my regular phone, and just do it like that. And yeah, so I need you guys to be on my neck about my video posting, because sometimes I get lazy with it. And I feel like me not having to do it on Saturday and Sunday, I'll have more consistency and be better for you guys. And I also am going to cut down on the cussing. I'm not going to be more positive if I'm not having a positive day. I don't care. But I will cut back on the cussing for the people who have kids in the house and people who want to watch my videos to be motivated, but I'm too busy yapping and blurting cussy words out the mouth that I'm not really being motivating. But I will say, just for some quality control of my content, this next one here ain't going to be what you think it is. It's going to be another cussy video. So just, I did it on Friday. I was having a terrible fucking day in the beginning, and I just like to show you guys my real me. I'm not going to totally cut it out. You're still going to see rants. You're still going to see how I feel. I'm not going to lie and be a robot and pretend like everything's fine when it's not, because I don't care. You guys are my family at this point, and I'm going to give you guys my honest opinion about what the hell is going on in my life with the orders. And yeah, for the haters out there, fuck you. I don't know what to tell you. I'm an adult. I'm a grown woman. I'm a cuss. I got anger issues. Maybe I do. Maybe I don't. Maybe I do for 0.2 seconds, if you want to call that. If you want to be somebody's therapist or whatever, there's so many other channels you can watch. But with other words, you cuss. I used to be that girl over 10 years ago until I got saved. I just jumped off. Yeah. All right, you guys. Have a good night.